Hello there, it's Nick here. I'm glad you can join me. We're on a TV sort of inspired game now. It's Airwolf on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Elite Systems in 1984. Also come out on the Amstrad CPC, Atari 8-bit, BBC Micro, Commodore 64 and possibly a few other ones. And in this helicopter shooter you play the part of the pilot Stringfellow Hawk, who's got a rather silly name, and you fly a top secret Airwolf helicopter and you're on a rescue mission to rescue 5 important US scientists who are being held hostage in an underground base beneath the Arizona desert. So here we are. This helicopter is not the easiest to fly, and I do know a cheat mode as per usual if I'm rubbish, and in a Tesco earlier on I was rubbish. So let's fire through this thing. We've only got a limited amount of time to do this, and then the wall will recreate itself. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but yes, based on the TV show Airwolf that ran for 4 seasons in 1984 through to 1987, to come out a similar time to Knight Rider and span for 80 episodes. The best bit of this show, apart from the advanced helicopter that every kid wanted to own, was actually the theme music, and the theme music doesn't feature in this game whatsoever. Crash. Yeah. So this game isn't like the TV show at all. Stringfellow Hawk is the pilot, and off he goes. Now there was another helicopter show around about the same time called Blue Thunder, and I can barely remember that one, but Airwolf was the one to be. Right, so it's espionage, it's easy for you to say. Let's go around hitting various targets. Now, I'm not going to do this game very good justice because I'm hopeless at flying the helicopter. There's a bit of inertia and I just can't get used to it, but we won't blame that. We have to look at every game we possibly can to see how it plays, what's it's like, and quite a lot of time it's the first time I'm playing it, which would echo your experience if you ever played it, unless you've got eyes of course and you read the instructions. Right, here we go. Right, I've got a cheat on now, hopefully. So this craft should be able to fly. There we go, look, we can go through the floor. Right, okay, so let's start doing stuff. How much stuff is there to do? It's mission based, so we'll try and shoot our way through here, but I think we can just fly through. Yes, there we go. Good. Good, now this helicopter's onto something here. Scrolling is okay. We need to fly around this beam. I still don't know what it is. So drop down there, fly this way, and we can drop down a hole, I think. Yeah, here we go. Boom! Just caught the end of the helicopter. Yeah, so it's quite a cool game. You've got to get around these radars if you can get used to it and you're into this sort of thing. But very tricky. Right, fire and hit this base thing. Somehow. Got it. Now we need to get and hit another one somehow, somewhere. Definitely need a map here. Whoops, that would have fried the helicopter. They needed a comedy version of this, really. Right, can we shoot that gun turret? Doesn't look like it. No, it's an indestructible gun turret. I think it's going to be another one of those ones where it's better than Knight Rider. It's just, yeah, it's just a bit tricky. That's all. If you were into helicopter games, you would have liked that. Do you like this one? I think it's going to separate the crowds, this one. I think some people are going to love it, some are going to hate it. Very few people in between. I can see that it's clever, but it's just a little bit awkward for me. But Scroll's quite good. Don't get dizzy now. Sometimes it leaves a helicopter trail behind. Can we get through there? Yeah. No. Yeah, so that's not actually in the game, that bit. She would have died. Right, you can go off the map. That's interesting, isn't it, folks? Well, this is a review and a half, so it gives you an idea of what to expect if you bought it, because most of the time, unfortunately, these Spectrum games were hideously difficult for kids, and I think a great majority of them, unfortunately, wouldn't have got past the opening few screens and then ditched it for another game, or a tape they got from someone in the playground, which had 80 other games on, and then never played this again. So only die-hard Airwolf fans would have played this. By Elite, though, and we've gone off the map again. So don't go there. I'm quite lucky the game's not crashing while that's going on. Might have to take the poke off in a minute and have a go elsewhere. But I thought it was going to be the end of the game then after hitting that target. So yeah, we need to go somewhere else. Don't know where. Might have to go really big styly cheating now to try and find some more of the map. But it's obviously down here somewhere. Yeah. Can you see any secret exits somewhere? Stringfellow Hawk. Stringfellow Chips. Right. That's obviously trying to guard something. That's full sealed there. Oh, I think that might be a tunnel, actually. Yeah, we hit that gateway and that allows us to go through a tunnel. I think that's on the right, isn't it? Can we go through there? Yeah, I think that would have been okay. There we go. So look out for tunnels like that. That's the secret. Oh, I don't think this is a tunnel. No, that's off the game again. Oh my man. How can I keep a straight face with this? I can't. Yeah, this is the worst example of cheating. There we go. Go through the floor into the building. Yeah. Looks like there's someone to rescue there. Hello. Do you want to be rescued? Perhaps they don't. You're doing this all in the wrong order, Nick. With an indestructible helicopter of doom. Oh, you had to go. Oh, so there was a way through. You just had to time it through that force field, which I didn't. So there was a logical way through, folks. Was there a co-pilot? Or am I getting mixed up with Blue Thunder? Oh, that man's gone now. I presume they've been rescued, have they? Think so, because we can't go there. Well, let's just go back to the start again. That must be the end of stage 1, wasn't it not? No, that isn't a real room. Let's go back to the beginning again. It might say end of the stage. We know it's not going to, don't we? Did you complete this game? If you did, let me know. Where have we gone now? That's the thing we shot earlier on, wasn't it? Yeah. Looks like it needs to be reshot. At least it's not comical, eh? Right, through here. No map to be seen there. Why didn't the coders code next bit of map? I think some hackers could make this map huge, you know. Looks like there's a lot of scope to go wherever you want. Forward. I don't think they'd let me fly this advanced attack helicopter, Airwolf. Every week they defeated some enemy. They should have teamed up with Knight Rider. That would have been a good overlap, wouldn't it? It's a bit foggy over there. Land it, and that should be the end. Well, there was a sound effect, but it didn't end. No. What's happening? Oh, let's just fly around a bit then. We got lots of fuel. Turn the engine off, Stringfellow. Oh man. Now, I haven't seen Airwolf the TV show for a good many years. Probably when it was last on the TV. What was I, about 10 again? 10 or 11. There's bound to be some episodes on YouTube. Now, in the comment section, don't post links because that always goes to spam or doesn't let me answer the thing. So anything with a link on it just doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes there's some people are putting a timestamp on to isolate a bit of the video when I said something. That works. I can get that out of spam quite easily. Bomb, 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 bomb. I'm getting a bit bored now. There is an Airwolf 2, believe it or not. Hopefully it's a bit more playable than this one. No, there's definitely not a tunnel there. Well, we'll probably look at that in a week or so's time. Oh look, we've gone through the floor again, which you're not allowed to do. Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be too many screens on this first level bit. Because you probably do stage 1 without the poke on it, and it takes you to the next level, I presume. Good stuff. Elite Systems. They were good on the old graphics, Elite Systems. The best game they've done, probably, for me, is Commando. That vertical scroller platoon shoot 'em up converted from the arcades. In a time where there was a lot of duff arcade conversions, particularly from US Gold. But Elite Systems, they were the main people. I like them. So we've rescued one US scientist, haven't we? I don't know where the other 4 are. Where are the other 4? Maybe they're on other stages. Maybe there's 5 stages. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. Did you play it on any other versions? Did you complete it? How does it differ from this? This has got a lot of colour on for a Spectrum game. There's quite a bit of colour bleed, but there's only colour bleed because I put a poke on it and I'm going through scenery that the coders didn't intend me to go through. Yeah. So I don't think, honestly, I don't think I'll ever get past that blue thing without the poke on it. I could be there all day. Because you've got to hold this helicopter flying. I don't think I'll be a very good helicopter flyer in real life. Or pilot is the correct phrase, isn't it? Elite did love putting their own logo on stuff. That's using up quite a bit of the screen, lad. Right. Go, go. Yeah, I've taken the poke off. Can we do it naturally? Place your bets. So that's looking better than usual. Shoot your way through. Right, guide your way through and I hit a corner. What is this thing? This never was in the film. Not the film, the series. I never saw anything like this. These Spectrum games quite often start off too difficult. They should have given you a really Peasley easy entry level and then put this as level 2, I think. At least give the kids some value for money. They got this for their birthday. We don't want tears about the place. They're flying around in an Airwolf. Oh, I thought he was going to do it then. Helicopter that they made out of cardboard boxes. Because a kid's imagination would take them a very, very, very long way. And it's all about imagination, these games, to make them good. If you had this game back in the day as a kid, you probably would have liked it. But playing it now, I'm not a great fan. Anyway, I hope you liked having a look at this one. That was Airwolf, published by Elite Systems in 1984 on the ZX Spectrum 48K. Thanks for watching this as always. Got any comments about this game, the Spectrum, or the TV series, or other 80s TV shows that have been turned into Spectrum games, then by all means put your thoughts below. Really interesting to hear your ideas and thoughts and experiences on these things. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.